Ecamm Zoom comes with a feature-packed plugin for Stream Deck that includes 14 Zoom-specific actions within that profile that seamlessly integrate into your live stream and recording workflows. So let's take a walkthrough of how to install it and show you what they do. You'll be prompted to install the plugin during the installation of Ecamm for Zoom. And the assumption here is that you already have the Elgato Stream Deck software installed. If you don't, the link is in the description below. And if you do, the new Ecamm for Zoom profile with all its actions will appear in your Stream Deck desktop application as shown here. The first action in our list is New Meeting, and this is going to allow you to start a new meeting either using your Zoom personal meeting ID, activated here by this little checkbox. I'll click on that. Or you can actually create a new meeting using a randomly generated meeting ID. I'll show you what those two differences actually look like now. So I've actually set this up to use personal meeting ID. There's my new meeting action button, and I'm just going to press this on my Stream Deck. This is going to connect to Zoom and it's going to start the Zoom workspace. So here is my new meeting. And if I click on this little green shield, you can see here that it's got my personal meeting ID associated with this particular meeting. So let me end this meeting here. And now I will just uncheck this and I will start new meeting again. And this is now going to generate a random ID for this particular meeting, and I'll show you what that looks like. Let's click on the shield again, click on that, and now you can see it's a completely different ID number which has been randomly generated. So depending on how you specifically start your meetings and create your meetings, you've got now two options using this new meeting action. The next action is End Meeting, and it's really useful because it has a little checkbox here that allows you to end meeting for everybody, assuming that you are the host of this Zoom call. And I'm going to press it now, and it will end the meeting for everybody on it. Bye, everybody. And there they are, all gone. Next up is audio mute and unmute, and this is going to control only the microphone settings within your Zoom main window. It has no bearing on the primary mic settings in the Ecamm sound panel. Let me show you what I mean by that. So here we are in the Stream Deck settings. This is my mute audio, and I'm going to just toggle this with the Stream Deck. I click on it once. You can see that it's now turned red, and down here at the bottom, my audio microphone is muted within the Zoom meeting itself. But down here in the sound panels for Ecamm, it hasn't muted this and has no bearing on it at all. Let me toggle that again, and you can see now that I'm unmuted in Zoom. It's changed the icon up here, but has no relevance or change to the Ecamm sound panels. Next up is the Mute All, and this is a simple toggle to mute all your participants. In my particular meeting, there's nobody joined by audio, they're very shy, but if you was to click this Stream Deck button, all your audio sources for your guests would be muted at a global level. Next up is Stop and Start Video, really useful when you are joining a Zoom meeting and if you need to step away during the meeting itself. You can see the plugin here, Stop Video, and I'm going to just click on that, and that is actually going to stop my video. As you can see, it's got a little red icon through that to show that my video is actually not being shown at the moment, and then I click on it again, and it brings my video back. Super useful. Next up is Raise Hand. It's a simple way of letting people know in the Zoom call that you have something to say, and you just press the button here and it allows you to raise your hand, and it's just simply invoking this command down here on the main Zoom window. If I press it again, it will lower my hand. Very simple and super easy. The next action is Show and Hide a specific panel within your Zoom meeting. So you can see I've got it set to meeting at the moment, but the Show and Hide panel has 4 options. If I show you down here with the drop-down menu, it's set to meeting right now, but you can show and hide participants, you can show and hide chat, and you can show and hide the sharing. Now, there's no reason why you can't have a button for each one of these. I've just set one up now for ease of use, and if I just hide the button, you can see that the actual meeting has been hidden completely. If I press it again, it brings the meeting back. If I toggle this now to participants, it's going to hide the participants, and I'm just going to click on that, and you can see it brings the participant window in and out of my view, and the same applies for chat and so on. So it's a really easy way of showing and hiding various windows within your Zoom production, because you know Zoom has many windows and you don't always have to see them front and center when you're in your meeting. So you can certainly add a specific button to your Stream Deck for each one of these show and hide panel actions. A really useful action now is full screen, and this is just going to make your main Zoom window full screen. So I'm just going to toggle that right now. And as you can see, I have made the Zoom window full screen in this particular monitor. So it's super useful for maximizing the resolution and showing your Zoom panel in full screen. The next three actions all relate to recording, and you've got three options here. You've got local recording, so you can record locally on your computer if you like to do that. The next one is cloud recording, which is my preference. Everything gets recorded in the Zoom cloud. And then you've got the option here to pause any of these recordings that you've actually started. And the local and cloud recording buttons will actually start and stop the recording specifically. If you've ever joined a Zoom meeting with a very large number of participants, you'll know that Zoom will actually split those across multiple pages because it's easier to navigate, particularly when you've got very large numbers of people joining. So the next two actions are simply allowing you to navigate through those pages of galleries. And you can see here, the first one is previous gallery, I've got it set to, and the next one is next gallery. Now, as you can see here, my merriment of people who have joined this meeting are only a small number. So if there were multiple people that have joined this meeting, then these gallery views would potentially be split across two pages. I can simply navigate through those by using these Stream Deck actions. Very simple, but in this particular case, it's only one page. Thank goodness. So the final action I'm going to show you today is the gallery/speaker toggle, and this has been added to the bottom right of my Stream Deck here. You can add it to wherever you want, and this simply allows you to toggle between the gallery view and the main speaker view. Now, I've spotlit myself just for this particular meeting, but you can see that we've got all the guests lined up here. And typically to switch between these modes, you'd have to go into the view button at the top here and then switch between gallery and speaker. But I don't have to do that anymore because I'm just going to use the Stream Deck button. I'm going to press it once, and now you can see it's switched to the gallery view. And if I highlight this view button here, you can see that it has just moved to the gallery view here. I could do this manually, but I don't want to, because if I just press the button, I can cycle between the gallery view and the main speaker view. Look at all these wonderful people that have turned up in this meeting just to show this particular function. Thanks for watching, and if you do need any more help or support, head over to ecamm.com/community, where you'll find a host of resources ready to help you and answer any questions that you may have. Thanks for watching, and welcome to the Ecamm family. Seamless.